Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After, etc. and welcome back to another garden project. So today I am planting poppies. These are a champagne bubble poppy mix, which is a color variety, type variety. I'm not sure. They were what my garden center got their hands on. I ran over to get them. Last year I grew some poppies. I'll try to put up some footage here. In my milk jugs, and I'm getting ready to start the milk jug project again. I do have poppy seeds to start, different ones this year. The ones I started last year were supposed to be a pink, and they turned out orange. They were still beautiful, but of the 4 milk jugs I started, only 1 plant made it, and it was huge. It was a giant success. Even if it was only 1 plant, it was a huge impact in the garden. I absolutely loved it. So as soon as I saw that there were plants at my local garden center, ran over to get them, because if I planted that 1 poppy out in April, March, in the spring, and it did beautifully late spring, early summer, I can plant these out in the fall. They will start to bloom. This one literally has little bud right there. They will start to bloom for us now in the fall, throughout the winter until it gets super cold, and then early spring, and we will be able to enjoy these for much, much longer throughout the season. So I'm very excited. I got 3 of them. I will put up some pictures from the local garden center as to what they look like, but they are advertised as being a mixture of pinks, orange, reds, yellows, ivory, champagne colors. So it's kind of a mix of colors. And while I would much rather have all pinks, I will happily take any beautiful plants that will bloom in the fall, the winter, and especially the early spring when you are dying for color. So I got 3 of them. I'm going to be planting them in the front of the border here, because unlike the ones I planted last year that got 30, 40 inches high, they were really big poppies. These are supposed to be front of the border, about 12 inches tall, it said, and you want to put them 6 inches apart. So we're going to put 3 right here at the front of the border by my mums, and I have a bunch of tulip bulbs scattered throughout this bed. So hopefully between the mums and the poppies, and then I've got some more muscari bulbs. I also have some ranunculus in this bed. We'll have a really pretty spring show, and we will have a continuation of the pretty fall show we're working on. So let's go ahead, get started planting these 3 poppies so that they can put out even more buds, because I want as many buds this fall as possible. I'm so excited. So this area is still a work in progress, but my pincushion flowers that were right here are dying or dead. There's only a smidge of green on this one, no green on this one, and barely any on this one. So we're gonna plant the 3 poppies here. A lot of times in our zone, poppies will come back. So I'm hoping they will do beautifully, fill in, and keep coming back year after year and just kind of take over this spot. If not, if they only live for this year, I'm good with that too. So they do have, 2 of them have little buds already coming up. So those will become the flowers right there. We're gonna put them about 6 inches apart, a little bit more than that. It said you want to put them between 6 and 15 inches apart. So I think this will be a pretty easy solution. If they get huge, they get huge. And if not, hopefully they'll just kind of take over this little spot with beautiful flowers. You'll get multiple, lots of long, slender stems off of 1 plant. So we also have our 2 yarrows that we just planted back here. We have the mums that we planted, and then right here where this white marker is, we have a whole bunch of tulips in this area that are a color blend as well. So hopefully we will just have, maybe not this minute, but eventually, a layered color story in here with the darker reds. The yarrows are a dusty pink. The tulips are a mix of colors. The poppies are a mix of colors. Got a whole grove of tiger lilies and foxgloves in here that come up in the spring and fall. So this bed is definitely a work in progress, but it is progressing nicely. See this one bit of green on my pin cushion? If it comes back next year, it is a perennial plant, then that's great. And I will let it come up in between the poppies because they are a spring flower and pin cushions are a summer flower. But if not, I won't be sad. He has had 2 summers to live. 2 summers of disappointment. I want flowers, darn it. Look at this guy. Flowers, right there, little buds. I cannot wait to see what colors these are. Make sure we firm them in with that fertilizer and we get all any dead leaves out from underneath. And there we go. There is drip running by the top here and it typically flows downhill. So I think these will be fine. But like with any new plantings, I will be watching them. And if they need additional water, I can always run an emitter down to the plants themselves. But especially with the long days of summer being over, short days of fall here, cooler days, not such hot temperatures, they really shouldn't need extra water until maybe next summer. But these plants I don't expect to do well in the heat of the summer next year. Expect them to get big and beautiful in the spring, give us a million blooms, and then die back in the heat of the summer. And maybe the pin cushion will come back, or maybe I'll just have a little spot here to sit and wait for poppy blooms next year. Every single part of the garden doesn't have to be amazing at the same time. So here's the name on the side of the carton in case you guys want to look it up, but I will put a link from my garden center in case that's helpful for you. All right, y'all, everything's planted. The sun is really high in the sky and actually getting ready to go down right now. So I'm gonna go ahead, water these babies in, and then hopefully those buds will start to bloom for us soon. I'm gonna try to do a garden tour for y'all in the next week or so. So I'll try to do it on a day that maybe they're open and y'all can see what colors they are. I can't wait. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to check out any of the recent videos I've done, like planting the yarrow or the pansies and the ornamental kale, I'll leave those links down below. Next up, I will be doing an update on all the cyclamen tubers that I planted last year with the cooler fall temperatures. They're finally starting to come up and bloom. I'm so excited. I have gotten a few blooms over the year, but this is their time to shine and they are really starting to come up. I also have a new packet of them to plant among the old ones. As you know, that area is also a work in progress. The whole garden is. That's what gardening is. So we will be adding to the area and doing an update on the cyclamen. If you want to watch out for that video next week. In the meantime, I'm going inside. Bye, y'all.